Hi, my name is Shane Krauser, and I live out in Gilbert, Arizona with my wife, Janelle, and our 6 children. Our oldest is 21, our youngest is 7, and love my family absolutely. And my background is I actually went to do my undergraduate work at Arizona State University. I ended up going to law school at the University of Utah. And coming out of law school, I worked for 11 years as a prosecutor. And then my final year of practicing law, I worked doing criminal defense consultation and did some litigation that revolved around the Constitution. The reason why I tell you that is because being where I was at, while I love what I was doing, there's a lot of things that I love more. And I'll get to what I mean by that in just a moment. But I want to tell you about an experience that happened to me in 2008 in downtown Phoenix, about 20 miles away from where I'm filming this today. I was sitting with one of the most senior attorneys in our office. We had several hundred attorneys at the firm that I was with, and his name was Bill. And we sat on the 4th story of our office building in his office, and he asked me a question that really stirred me because I'd never been asked the question by another attorney, and here he was asking me this question. He says, "Shane, what's your dream?" And I started to spin the dream, and I'm getting really excited because I'm talking about what I saw my life looking like once I got finances out of the way. And as I told him what my dream was, here Bill, who'd been practicing law for 40 years, started to cry. And he says, "Shane, you know, if that's your dream, I want you to know you'll never find it here." And he pointed to the pictures of his 6 children that were on one wall, and then he pointed to all of his accolades on another wall, where he'd been named Attorney of the Year and various accolades from law enforcement. He says, "Shane," he says, "what I want you to understand is that all of these awards were gained at the expense of every single one of my children." He says, "I have no relationship with any of my children. I've been divorced 3 times, and I'm now working on my 4th marriage, and I'm 4 months away from retirement." He says, "I feel like I've rented out my life." And then he said this. He said, "Shane, if I could only do it over again." Now that rocked me. That absolutely rocked me. And I remember walking out of that day, out of that office in 2008 and saying, "Man, I gotta figure this thing out." Because my life at that point was I was leaving for work before my kids woke up. I was coming home after they were asleep. And then I picked up 2 other jobs. I was teaching nights, several nights a week. And then I started an additional business that I was working on Saturday. So I never saw my family. And then Rob Robson and Easton Kelsey come into my life just a couple of years ago and introduced me to the Financial Fitness Program. This has absolutely rocked our world. My wife and I, we jumped into the program, started learning about the various principles, and started applying the principles to work on getting out of debt. And now as I make this video and share it with you, my life is completely different. I'm home when my kids arrive from school. I'm able to go out and do things on my own time frame. I'm no longer working as a lawyer. I decided that was one thing that, for me, that was a choice that I make that I wanted to hang up for a time and actually permanently, to be quite honest, and go out and do the things that I was passionate about and started to dream more than ever. And so my wife and I, this has been a game changer for us. And so we recommend that you jump into this program. Look what it's about. I'm absolutely convinced that it will change your life, because who out there doesn't want to make more money, pay less in taxes, and ultimately get out of debt? That's what this program is about. And we are so thankful for those individuals that introduced us to this program, because not only has it changed my life, changed my wife's life, and then our children as well, as they've started to learn about these principles. And more than that, they've been able to see their dad around a heck of a lot more often. And for me, that's been quite a blessing. So we hope you'll jump into the program. And thank you so much for allowing me to share with you.